You guys are never gonna believe what I found at Marshall's. $14.99 for knockoff pack Superfly 5s. What's going on, guys? Josh, soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you a Marshall's shopping video. Finally, you guys have been asking for this for months, and the reason why I haven't made one of these sooner is not because I haven't been trying. I've been going to every Marshall's I can possibly find, but I have not found any soccer cleat or soccer related anything up until right now. And of course, I'm gonna show you what I found in today's video. So if you guys do end up enjoying this and perhaps wanna see more if I find more stuff in the future, be sure to support this video with a like and let me know your thoughts on this series down below in the comments. Before we get into the shopping, I just want to explain that what you find at any of these department stores, Ross, Marshall's, whatever store it might be, it's completely random. So people who are under the impression that you can go to any Marshall's at any time and find these really good deals, $200, $300+ soccer cleats on sale for $14.99, that is not the case. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I've been going to different Marshall's around where I live for the better part of about 6 months now, and this is the first time ever that I'm actually finding any soccer cleats at all. Certain areas will have more soccer cleats than others. If you're in one of those areas, hey, you're a little bit lucky, but for a lot of people, most of the country, I would say, you're not just gonna walk into a Ross and Marshall's and find these crazy deals on a regular basis. And even if they do have something, it's not all that likely that they're gonna have your specific size or the specific shoe that you want. What they end up getting seems to be very, very random. It's very much like an outlet store in that regard, and that you really never know what you're gonna find until you walk in on any given day. So please keep that in mind. And if you guys do want a more detailed explanation on how these shoes end up at Ross and Marshall and department stores in the first place, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to a video where I explain the entire process step by step. Anyways, this shopping trip consisted of visiting 2 different Marshall's department stores. I did not go to a Ross because I don't live near a Ross department store at all. The closest one, I looked it up, is about 3 hours away from me. I may visit it one day, and if I do, I'll make a video out of it for you guys. But basically, Ross and Marshall's are the exact same store, just with different names essentially. So the first Marshall's that I went to was on the Canadian side, and the second one that I went to was on the American side, Niagara Falls, New York. I'm gonna be showing you what I found at both. So first stop was at the Canadian Marshall's, which I got there as soon as they opened, so there was absolutely nobody there whatsoever, just me in the store with a couple of employees trying to basically get started for the day, organizing stuff. So I was actually able to record the entire shoe section uninterrupted. Normally at this Marshall's, they'd actually put a security guard right by the shoes near the main entrance. And every time I try to record, I always end up getting in trouble. So I was able to actually record everything really, really clearly for you guys today. And as you can see, they had nothing. This is 99% of my trips to Marshall's or really any department store. I pretty much never find anything soccer related. All they had were a couple of interesting sneakers, most of them in weird colorways, I would say, that I wasn't all that interested in. Boots, dress shoes, stuff like that. And even their clearance wall was really nothing special. So they had pretty much nothing soccer related whatsoever at this particular Marshall's. And again, this has been my experience 99% of the time. So again, back to my theory, for those of you guys that think you can just walk into any department store and find these crazy deals on all kinds of different high-end soccer cleats, that is not a guarantee whatsoever. So the entire shoe section, complete bust at this first Marshall's, but I did decide to walk over to the toy section just because the store was completely empty. Normally that would be pretty busy. And I recorded what they had there, and they did have some soccer stuff there. No soccer balls or match balls like I have seen some people find. I've never found one of those either, but they did have this little toy set with a soccer ball and American football. And I can't remember, you guys will see the footage on screen, if it was a baseball or a basketball. Doesn't matter, it was all little foam things, but they had that. And they also had a Beyblade set, which I'm only showing you this because I was really into Beyblades as a kid. I would say probably grade 4, grade 5 when we were, 11, 12 years old. Beyblades was really, really cool. I still think it's kind of cool. I was tempted to buy it, but I didn't end up buying it. But let me know down below in the comments if any of you guys were into Beyblades as a kid as well. A lot of you guys actually probably watching this video might be a little bit too young to remember that, but who knows? I thought it was really cool, and I hadn't seen anything Beyblade related in years. I wasn't done yet though, because I walked back towards the shoe section just to double check, make sure that I didn't miss anything at all. And they had hats next to the shoes, but I believe it was women's hats. So one hat in particular was out of place. It caught my eye. and it was this hat right here, which is this gray Jordan brand hat. It's really nothing special at all. I kind of got it mostly for the gym when I go in the morning and my hair is all out of whack. But I thought it was really cool. I liked the way that it looked. I liked the way that it fit. And it was only like 16 bucks US converted, $20 Canadian, but pretty cool hat. Figured I'd show you guys because that is what I bought at the first Marshalls. It's pretty hard to go to a Marshalls and not buy at least something because they usually have something that you like there for a decent price. I would say, again, 99% of the time. Marshalls number 2, like I mentioned at the start of the video, was an American Marshall. So again, all the prices are in American dollars at this one. Anyways, walked into the Marshalls. It wasn't that busy, luckily, so I was able to record pretty easily without getting in trouble, because usually they don't like you recording video for any extended period of time at these department stores, especially when they're really busy. So the entire shoe section, the very first shoe that they had there was actually soccer related, which I never ever find anything soccer related at Marshalls, like I've mentioned several times already. And they had, I guess, nothing particularly interesting, nothing all that cheap either. The Adidas X15.2, sorry, and it was the indoor court variation in a USA colorway, which I have seen before. They did a couple different countries with this particular model, and they were on sale for $24.99. I think the normal retail price on that shoe would have been like between $60 and $80. I'm not 100% sure, but still for 25 bucks, that's relatively cheap. And they only had a few pairs. You could see that the boxes underneath were pretty much completely gone. And then the rest of the shoe section, I'm gonna show you that as well, because I was able to record it. Again, some, I guess, moderately interesting sneakers. There was a pair of Roshi runs that I thought were pretty cool. I think I picked them up in the video, but other than that, a bunch of sneakers that I honestly was not all that interested in whatsoever. And then I went to the clearance racks. The clearance wall is where I found some stuff. So the first thing that I saw was a pair of indoor shoes. It was the Nike Magista Onda Indoor, which, if I remember correctly, the normal retail price would have been $80. Obviously, it's an older model now, and everything you typically find there tends to be an older model or an older colorway, at least several months old. Anyways, Magista Onda Indoor, they had a clearance price of $32. I'm not sure what they were originally listed at, probably $39.99 if I had to guess. So it wasn't a crazy deal at 32 bucks, but still relatively cheap, but they only had the one pair in a size 7.5 US. I then walked around to the other side of the clearance rack and I found two other pairs of soccer cleats, both Hypervenoms. The first being a size 10.5 in a Nike Hypervenom Felon, Felon 2. They were on sale with a clearance tag for $18, so that's a shoe that would normally retail for about $80 when it was current. But again, it's really old, so $18, while it's really cheap, it's not necessarily a crazy deal, considering that they're over a year old and it wasn't a top-end model to begin with. And then they also had, in a size 12, again, the only size for this particular shoe, actually a pretty decent boot for a really good price, $18 on clearance for the Nike Hypervenom Fatal 2 Low. That's a shoe that would normally retail for $120, $130. I don't remember 100%, but it was right around there. So 18 bucks for those is a pretty good deal. But again, they're fairly old now and they only had a size 12. That was it for soccer cleats, but as usual at Marshalls, the shopping did not stop there. I was wandering back towards the cash area, which was right by the exit, and I happened to see the backpacks, which I don't need backpacks or duffel bags at all. I've got plenty of them. You guys see the What's in My Soccer Bag series on my channel that happens on a monthly basis, and usually every single month I have a new backpack or I have a new duffel bag. So I don't need any of these, but there was one bag in particular that caught my eye because it was camo, and I'm a sucker for camouflage things, and I ended up buying it. It's this duffel bag right here in this really cool kind of green and brown digi camo. I just thought it was really cool. It's made by, what's that? Highland Tactical, at least that's what the tag says. I think it says it right on the bag somewhere, this little Velcro patch. Yep, there it is. And it's a really nice duffel bag. It's very rugged, the material's thick, the zippers are really heavy duty. It's got this cool kind of pouch thing on the front. And I got this again, mainly for the gym. This is not something you're gonna see in the What's in My Soccer Bag series. If you're wondering what I paid, here's the tag right here. And this is mainly why I bought it. I thought it was really cheap considering the quality, $24.99. And it says compare at $36. Which I don't think is what this originally retailed at. I would assume it would be a lot more expensive. And you know this because whenever you see the crazy low prices on a pair of soccer cleats at Marshalls, the tag always says compare at $40 and they're selling them for 18 bucks, even though the original retail was well over $40. So that compare at price is never all that accurate. It's just something that they put there, I think, as an estimation based on what they paid. So they're selling this for $24.99. They probably paid a lot less for it. That's just how department stores work. It's got the rubber on the bottom. And again, I just thought it was a really, really cool looking duffel bag. Very distinctive, so it's gonna be difficult to lose. I always know which one is mine. And again, I bought something that I don't need. Are you guys surprised? Anyways, guys, that is it for this Marshalls shopping trip. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for this type of video for a very long time. So if you did like it, be sure to leave a like down below. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you have any questions for me or any suggestions for other video series you'd perhaps like to see on the channel, leave your ideas, leave your questions down below in the comments, and I'll take a look at everything you guys have to say. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. All my social media information is linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. This thing's really screwing up my vision here. Hard to see, but everyone knows that I got this awesome deal on this hat. I'm just gonna leave the tag on there. Oh, it's actually facing the wrong way. Now everyone, no, there you go. $19.99.